just because you got long legs don't mean you got a jump.
A spring, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so that's the discrimination that we
Like, look, just because I'm tall don't mean I can jump these hurdles.
My name is Coco Chanel, the Mademoiselle, and yes, that is my real name. I got my ID on deck just in case you wanted to check. Okay?
Yeah, she got a whole lip, little sin right there. Hold on now.
Bars.
Okay.
Anyway, so, but yeah, I'm a fitness professional as well as a fitpreneur. As a fitness professional, I do group exercise as well as personal training.
Okay.
And then as a fitpreneur, I'm a brand coach for other fitness professionals who are trying to build their their identity online and trying to get like really great visibility. I help with content creation as well as communication. So I do like copyrights.
Oh, okay.
And I'm kind of I like to say it's like a way to like just it's corny. I'm catfishing. Because I'm behind their brand talking to their people.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm kind of a chameleon when I have to speak from the brand's perspective.
Because you're moving yourself, you're looking at their vision and that's implement there.
Yeah, so that's what I do mainly. So I have a lot of mentees that are underneath me. I do have a lot of brand coaching clients that I do consults with, but I'm a part of a really big fitness group of fitness professionals who are really here to impact and just kind of push God's message.
Okay.
It's about being FFTK. So we pushing fit for the kingdom. So you ain't got to be fit on my level.
Yeah.
Just be fit on your level enough to make an impact and fulfill your purpose for God.
Okay.
So that's what.
So it's more of a spiritual workout as well, and develop like mind state and stuff.
You got it.
Okay. So how long you been doing this though?
How long have I been in the fitness industry?
Yes, the fitness industry.
2012 is when I got my degree in exercise and health science and health and physical education as my minor. But I've been in fitness since I was a kid. Like my parents, them having like the military background.
Okay.
I always say this. My mama gets so embarrassed when I say this, but I'm gonna be straight up. She said I ain't having no fat kids.
She brainwashed the thing. She gotta wake up early and work out. Shoot, wait, you gonna bring your behind right here with me?
So she got us real involved, like in Taekwondo. I remember I did like tap and jazz, but when I started getting
Gregory Hines.
Karate chops. But when I actually started running track and I started in middle school is when I kind of fell in love with a different type of training.
You said you ran track.
Yes.
And then you also have a business that develops with like people, helping people like develop a stronger mind state and discipline and like looking at themselves and like trying to basically change their physique for mental growth. So walk us through a little bit of yourself, like with track, because I know you said you really didn't like it later on, but early in, because of your family structure, that's something that you want to do. So talk to us a little bit about, you know, you going through track, you learning, like basically waking up early in the morning, training, competing in your events, building that camaraderie with your teammates. Talk about how that kind of equated to like what you're doing now and when you're helping a lot of your people.
Crazy?
Yeah, it is.
So when I started running track, because when I started running track, it started building up this confidence in me.
Okay.
Because again, you got a team. You know what I'm saying? I work really great with teams. I work really great for myself because I was talking to Briggy about this earlier. Like in track, you have the team aspect, so you got the relays and part of the relays, and then you have your individual bits, so you can still shine in your lane. You can shine with your team.
Because it's a point system at the end of the day, too. So
so you can see. You know, I mean, ain't throwing no shade or nothing like that, but you can see who's putting in that work. And, you know, who shines. But also, there were people who may have been on the team, they may not have been the most athletic, and they may not have gotten the first, second, third place. But because they brought a different type of energy to the team, it made the team uplifted. So that's what I love.
Like from a support standpoint.
So that's what I loved about it. I was great in my events. The 800. The 800. Every time I think about the track, I just be like, that's what's up. Like it brought me here, and that's also what brings me to working with the race as well. But as far as like that team aspect, I love that. I love the uplifting. I started noticing that more people need that just outside of athletics because typically, like if you look at it. I'm not gonna say all, but most people who work out, they're a little bit more happier in life.
They are.
Yeah.
Those endorphins are pumping a lot more, and they're eating a lot healthier too.
Right.
And then they're seeing the change that they're making over that course of time of that consistency and being disciplined.
That is a knob that turns people to being more positive, more attractive, more optimistic about life. It's kind of like, because I believe that fitness is nothing more than the physical representation of the obstacles that we endure in everyday life.
It's like our resume.
Yes, it's like if you're willing to put yourself through this physically, then you know the mindset that it takes to get through something spiritually or mentally. You know what I'm saying?
So when you go have these personal consultations with these women, like how deep do you dive in? What is like, so somebody who's interested, because you're only focusing on women, correct? So for them to...
We have male clients as well.
You do?
But they're a little older.
Okay. So how do you dive into understanding like their spiritual beliefs? Because I mean, you're a Christian, correct? So if somebody isn't Christian, like how do you dive in and still trying to interpret your message to help them and uplift them?
That is a great question, because I have Indian clients who are Muslim. They're of the Islam faith.
Oh wow, okay.
And we have these conversations. We have these conversations about what's transpiring now with the George Floyd situation, Ahmaud Arbery. We're having conversations like that. Even though like the Indian community, they are minorities and they come from a different faith, they still believe in the power of God. They still believe in blessing, forgiving, mercy, grace. They still believe in all of that. And when I'm doing my consultations, I really have to understand your mindset. So I want to learn your emotions. So I tie in you telling me that you want to lose 15 pounds. Like, what is the reason for you wanting to lose these 15 pounds? Oh, I want to look good in my wedding dress. Or I haven't been feeling the most confident. Okay, why haven't you been feeling the most confident? It's like, I'm a really great interviewer. So I'm going to make sure I get the right answers out of you. And I tie all of this back to why I'm training you. Because once we forget the why, it's just kind of like they'll be in a mindset of like, what is the purpose if they forget the why?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I usually do my content.
Because that's kind of all what everything in life boils down to is why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you waking up in the morning?
Exactly. The purpose.
Yeah. I want to say I love your shirt too. I was trying to read it, everything. You kept moving back and forth.
I'm sorry. So
is this you? This
is the race.
Okay.
This is the race. It's an organization that I'm a part of. It's a 5K and a half marathon. And we run on historically black neighborhoods on the west side of Atlanta, which is really cool because the young black kids get to come out and see like, black people working out. Yeah, we running. We running out here. Yeah, and we give a lot of our proceeds to black-owned businesses as well as like the nonprofits, and we do charitable impact services in the communities that we're running in. So like one of the coolest things I had ever been a part of, because I had never seen it before, there's a nonprofit that's called Empowered Readers, and they help younger kids read as well as write, and they get their books published.
Oh, wow.
I was just thinking the other day, man, like I was just like, man, this is why I'm so thankful to be a part of an organization that is ran by black professionals, because okay, let me say this.
Black power.
There's a range of black professionals, okay? There's a range of black professionals. You have to show up. You got to show up the way you would want somebody else's business to show up for you. We have to start holding some black businesses to that standard. Especially now. We're going to be shopping with each other for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Black Wall Street is not on the street. It is online now. You know what I'm saying?
It's about to be booming too.
It's booming. It's there. You know, so like but we also have to know how to be professional. You know, so there's the black professional, and then there's the, they trying. We got to give mercy. We got to give grace, but we also got to step up too. So if we don't give you mercy, we don't give you grace, then you have to be open to stepping up. I think that's the same with like having the conversations with our allies. Like, I know you don't live in my shoes. I know you don't understand living this life. And I'm gonna give you grace and mercy for that. I am. But only to a point where I'm expecting you to be open and having a conversation with me and looking at it through my lens. You don't gotta be me. But look at it through my lens.
And it's also establishing a level of expectation with these people that you allow them to be your ally.
Right.
Because a lot of people aren't accountable, and then they talk to you and they say some type of way, but whenever it's time for them to have action behind those words, then it's kind of falling by the wayside. It's like I'm Euro stepping. That's really right. Yeah.
I was talking to my folks. I was like, bruh, did you go out and vote? Like, my chest was heavy. I was like, did you?
Wow.
So where right now in this life, I have a choice to run this race. Back then they didn't to make it a better way for us. Back then they didn't. So again, like fitness, that being the physical representation of what our ancestors had to go through. Right now we have the privilege of living comfortable now and doing our studies and getting the degrees and getting the education. Now the race is working up within the system and trying to take over it.
The race is harder now, actually.
Right.
Because we're comfortable.
The
race is harder now because we're comfortable. When like at the end of the day, like you said, our ancestors had no other choice but to run. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming by today. I really appreciate it. I feel really enlightened and spiritual. So thank you. Coco Chanel to Mademoiselle.
So you guys, thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram at Coco Chanel Jones. That's CocoChanelJonez. Not an S because Z I'm zesty. And
extra.
Right. YouTube is the same, Coco Chanel Jones. Facebook is the same. If you're a fitness professional, if you're in the fitness field, you're trying to impact more people because God put that on your heart to do, and you need help with your brand, your social media, content creation, any of that, just hit your girl up. Send me a direct message, send me a text message. You can also go to my website at www.cocochaneljones.com and make sure you guys look out for the race. Look out for the race. It's still happening October 3rd of this year. It may not be on the streets, but it may be virtual. Either way, it's happening. So again, if you really want to impact that black community, the black neighborhood, make sure that you guys invest into the race. And I'll see you guys later.
All right, thank you. Give me a hug, man. Stand up, give me a hug. Thank you.